Okay, good evening. My name is Tanya Sheldon, and I have the privilege of speaking to you tonight about something that has been in my life for over 13 years now. It'll actually be 14 years in October. And it came into my life at a time when I was a stay-at-home mom of two girls, and I was looking for opportunity. I was looking for something not only to bring in income to my family and create more of who I wanted to be. But I also had a husband that was, like I say, like a walking time bomb. He was 43 at the time and just not healthy. He had a lot of things that were making his day-to-day life a struggle, whether it was him having to travel for work and having to stuff his foot into his shoe because it was so inflamed, or getting help walking up to the gate in an airport. We were really desperate to find something to help them. And little did I know that Life Vantage that I get to share with you tonight would encompass everything for both of us that we were looking for. So I'm going to share my screen here and we'll get this going because it's so nice when you can have um, visuals with what we talk about. So tonight I'm talking about the company LifeVantage, and LifeVantage is an activation company. So in LifeVantage, we are not looking to supplement where you're lacking. We're looking to activate pathways, systems, enzymes that you already have within your body. And you can see here on this slide that we encompass categories like daily essentials, things that work with the circadian rhythm of your body, anti-aging category, heart and eye health, skincare, hair care, energy. Let me minimize you guys here. Canine immunity, and even hair care, and also now into the GLP weight management category. But tonight, I'm just going to be telling you about a few systems that we have. I'm not going to be touching upon everything, but this will kind of give you a glimpse of everything that we have here in the company. But I'm going to start with how LifeVantage came to be. So LifeVantage is a story not like any other company in the market. So in 2000, well, it was in 2003 where a researcher and scientist developed a product, our flagship product, Protandem Nerf 2. And he simply developed it because he discovered an enzyme in the body that produces antioxidants. And he just wanted to find a way to activate those enzymes in your body so that as you're aging, those enzymes can work for you, giving your body the antioxidants that it needs to lower something called oxidative stress. Now, upon hearing about this discovery and hearing about this information, ABC News went in and did an investigative report on this researcher and scientist to debunk the findings that they heard. And usually, when they do ABC investigative reports, that's exactly what happens. They debunk the information and they find that it's not valid. That is not what happened here. ABC News went in, they did a blood test on John Quinones that you see on the screen, and they found after 2 weeks, his oxidative stress levels were that of an infant child. And after 30 days, they could not distinguish the blood between an 8-year-old and a 20-year-old. Now, every time I tell people that, their jaw basically drops to the floor. And it's crazy to me that a stay-at-home mom from the Midwest gets to share something like this with people on a daily basis. And it's such an honor because my intention tonight with you, as I share with you what we have here at our company and how it's changing people's lives, is to give you hope and to let you know that there are things out there when you feel like you're at the end of the road and you're not sure what else to do. There is hope for you, and there is something that could really change your life. So after the ABC report aired, there were people all over the world that said, if your product does what you say it's going to do, I want to have it. But the problem was this researcher and scientist, he didn't have the infrastructure to get it out to everybody. So it sat in retail stores for quite some time. But after a while, they weren't getting the sales that they wanted. So they brought someone in to sell off the company. But when they saw the story of what Protandem could do and they saw the science, they said, there's a story here to be told. What if you just put it in the hands of people? What if you did that network marketing model? And they did not want to do that. So they left it on the retail shelf and they tried putting it in the hands of people like myself and maybe someone that invited you tonight. And when they did that, they tripled their sales. So we became LifeVantage, a publicly traded company, in 2009, and we've not looked back since. Now, when this was introduced to me in 2011, I told you that my husband was like a walking time bomb. So many different ailments that he was dealing with on a daily basis. But I also was told to go to a site called PubMed, the National Repository for Health and Wellness, and I was told go to the search bar, which you'll see up here in the upper right, and type in oxidative stress, which is what Protandim lowers, and then anything I could think of in my family history. Some of those you see here on the screen. And every time I did that, it did not say no results found. It brought up studies. So for me, I was taking a multivitamin every day. I didn't really know, I couldn't tell you what benefits I was getting from it. I was just doing it because I thought I should be doing it. But when somebody told me that there is a pill out there that reduces oxidative stress, and oxidative stress is linked to everything I could find in my family history, I just connected the dots and it just made sense to me that I should take this pill for the rest of my life. And I have done so every day since, and I will never, ever stop because the research that I found then only continues to go up. When I typed in oxidative stress back in 2011, there are about 80,000 studies on it. If you type in oxidative stress today, there's over 300,000 studies on oxidative stress showing how bad it is for the body. Now, after the ABC report aired, there were also researchers and scientists all over the world that said, we want to take your product and we want to study it against certain disease states. And now studies started coming out from those different organizations. And one such study was done by Washington State University, not LifeVantage, Washington State University. And this is a quote from that study on the NRF2 pathway that activates antioxidants in your body, which is a pathway that we activate with Protandim. And it says, while no doubt it is too early to make a conclusion, it is difficult to escape the suggestion that we may be on the verge of a new literature on health effects of NRF2, which may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. That is what we have our hands on, and we don't have enough people sharing the story. So this is our flagship product. This is a product that started LifeVantage, and when you take Protandim Nerf 2, it is making antioxidants in your body. And yes, you can take antioxidants. Yes, we want you to eat well and exercise and drink your water. But by doing that, you can only do so much with all the harmful effects that are coming into our body today. By taking Protandim, your body's own antioxidants are a million times stronger than any supplement you could take. It's as if a house was on fire and you throw a Dixie cup on that house fire. That's what taking antioxidants will do for you. But by activating that NRF2 pathway with Protandim, it's like a fire hose in every room of the house. So this is what we did. We took the name Protandim and we branded Protandim to activate 3 different pathways in the body. So we are activating Protandim Nerf 2, which I told you, you can think of Protandim Nerf 2 like the cleanup crew, okay? Every day our cells are bombarded by stress, toxins, and damage of some kind. So Protandim Nerf 2 helps your body turn on its body's natural ability to clean up the damage and taking the trash out before it piles up, right? This means less inflammation, more energy, better recovery, and healthier aging. Can I get an amen? And then Protandim Nerf 1. Who's heard of mitochondria? Mitochondria is, if you look at any or listen to any health podcast today, you guys, these are the 3 things you're hearing about: oxidative stress, mitochondria, and NAD. That's what I'm talking about right now. So we brought out Protandim Nerf 1. That focuses on mitochondrial health. It's the energy restorer. So, Nerf 1 focuses on mitochondria. It's a part of your cell that makes energy. And over time, because of aging, our energy production slows down. So, Nerf 1 helps repair and build new mitochondria so your cells can make energy. Think of it like charging your internal battery. Nerf 1 keeps your body's power plant running efficiently. I don't know why I just started running like this, but, and then Protandim NAD. NAD is everywhere right now. NAD is everywhere because it's literally like the age rewinder, okay? So NAD is a molecule that helps your cells communicate, it repair them to help them repair themselves and stay young. NAD levels, again, they drop as we age. So we want to supplement, we want to find a way to boost NAD production. But no, we don't want to supplement, we want to activate. You can activate pathways in your body to bring out that NAD production, which is turning on, when you activate it, you're turning on your longevity genes. You're helping your body repair at a DNA level. So you can think of NAD like a key that unlocks your body's ability to slow down aging, improve mental clarity, and even help with your metabolism. So these three together, and this is what is so special about LifeVantage and our products, is when we come out and we ask, what else can we activate? And we bring in other products, we have this synergy that happens. We layer them together, and bada bing, bada boom, you flip your wand, and woof, there's synergy. And this threesome right here is called our Trisynergizer. Now, look what happens when we put them together, when we layer them together, okay? The Protandim Trisynergizer, when you take it together, look at 73% up to 227%. It is turning on and switching up all these different genes in our body, our genes, enzymes, pathways. You can see for yourself on the screen what's happening. This played a big role in my husband's health. And I have to tell you, ladies, too, this is playing a big role in my journey post, well, even going into menopause. Like all these women have horrific stories of getting into menopause, going through menopause. And I have to tell you, like if I was on a snowboard, I'd be going down that hill, like waving my hands, like this is crazy good. I really have not had a lot of issues. And I really give that to the fact that I have been activated for over 13 years. And the Trisynergizer has played a big, big part on that. So Kyle will tell his story here in a second, but the other big, huge part of his story lately has been the NB system. Oh, I'm gonna cry. I never talk with him, so I can't wait for you to hear this. Um, the mind body system, yes. Oh, we came out with this in October, and it makes more of the GLP-1 hormone. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. So, what's GLP-1? I thought it was a shot, okay? I thought GLP-1 was a shot that you take to lose weight. And I was hearing horrific stories about it. That's what I was seeing, right? And so was my husband. And little did we know that GLP-1 is a hormone produced in the gut. Okay, it regulates appetite and blood sugar levels. That's important. It promotes feelings of fullness, satiety. It's produced in the lower GI tract. And the other big important thing here, it communicates. Oh my gosh. I know. It communicates with the brain. It communicates with the brain. That's so important. Okay. Today, in a day when a lot of people are dealing with mental health and they're carrying a lot and they don't know what to do, this system is important for that. Here's a big thing. This screen looks different. I added this in, but this is what I really want to get across to you. Okay. We're talking about metabolic health here. And metabolic health is defined as having ideal levels of key health markers that indicate if your body is efficiently processing and using energy. So, to be considered metabolically healthy, okay, you guys know who Casey Means is, good energy. Metabolic health is everything. And to be considered metabolically healthy, you typically have healthy blood sugar levels, normal blood pressure, healthy cholesterol, healthy triglycerides, a healthy waist circumference, and no insulin resistance. Okay. In short, metabolic health means your body is doing what it's supposed to do with food, energy, and your hormones without needing medication. Only about 1 in 8 adults in the United States are considered metabolically healthy, which is why it's such a crucial topic. And why does it matter? Because your body is either moving toward health or toward disease. And it all starts with your metabolism. It's not just about how we look. That's the last thing we should be worrying about. But it's about how we live, how long, and how well we can. My husband, these things I just told you here, all those check marks, none of them were good. It would have had a red X through every single one of them. And today he can put a green check by it. At 56 years old, after over 30 years of thinking his life was, Mr. Sheldon, here's your list of medications. Insane. So, our mind body system, when you take it, you are activating your GLP-1 hormone. And we did a 12-week clinical study, and we found that it increases that GLP-1 hormone not by 140%, by 200%. That has changed now, okay? People lost 9 pounds in 8 weeks on average, up to 25 pounds in 12 weeks, and there was no muscle mass lost. 100% did not lose muscle. Lost up to 20%, 27% in visceral fat. That's huge because visceral fat is that toxic fat. 82% took back control of their relationship with food. Yes, we did. And 95% had decreased sugar cravings. And here's again, we put it with Protandim Nerve 2. We did that synergy. We're going to layer it together. What's going to happen when we put it with our flagship product? That's called our Healthy Weight Stack. And when we did it, we have a study that will show you it equals this renovation crew that activates 22 new genes to restore, rebuild, and renew internal organs. What? That's crazy. Helps tissue cells remain structurally strong, helps tissue cells regenerate, improving coordination, signaling, and impulses with tissue cells and nerves. This is huge because as we age, my husband works in a neuropathy clinic. Every single day he sees people where they have dysfunction in all of these categories and where they've fallen and they can't get themselves back up. This is what we need working in our body. So this is just some before and afters I put together of Kyle.
Okay.
We don't have any side by side I've done lately of him. I've done a video, and you guys, I'm telling you, when he takes his belt off his pants, he literally, his pants fall off him. I am a bad wife because I need to buy this man new pants, but I just want to bring him on now. I'm going to take this off screen, and I'm just going to let you speak to everybody and share your story of what these products have done for you.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Long time I see a lot of faces out there, but okay. So I'll try to make it quick. But I'm going to go back to October to where I'm at today in the journey I've been on, and she's kind of hit a lot of check marks in the baseline for where I'm at and what I've done. And it all started in October. I went in for my annual checkup physical and ran my labs, and they were not good. They were so bad, I got a phone call the next day from my doctor, and he wanted to start me on a third medication for diabetes. And I said, and what are you suggesting? And he suggested one of the injectables. I said, no, thank you. If you don't mind, not that he had a choice, but if you don't mind, And he was familiar with LifeVantage and the journey we've been on. I've known him since we've been in Idaho for 13 years. And I said, LifeVantage has come out with a mind body product that helps upregulate GLP-1 production. I'm going to go all in on this. So my start in my journey was not a weight loss journey. I could have cared less. I weighed 265 pounds pretty much the last few years of my life. And I'm like, okay, I'm 6'4", so I can hide that. So it was never about weight loss for me. This was truly about my mindset of I always thought that I take medicine because I'm sick, but it's going to make me better. I didn't realize I was getting sicker. And I was continuing to digress the wrong direction with high blood pressure, diabetes. My cholesterol was completely out of control. 30 days into it, not a lot had changed. I said, I'm all in. I'm committed. I started walking a little bit more. And then all of a sudden, just after Christmas, about 10, 15 pounds just started to melt off. And I'm like, huh, we might be onto something here. And obviously, it motivated me more. And then I went and I got a glucose monitor, and I've never had one of those before. The doctor never really suggested one. So I stuck a constant glucose meter in the back of my arm. And Valentine's Day came around, and I'll try to be nice and not say bad words, but Valentine's Day came and we went to a movie. I'm very romantic, and I took her to a Marvel movie for Valentine's Day. Her choice, not mine. All of a sudden, about 10, 15 minutes into the movie, I got really flush, started sweating a little bit. And I'd noticed for the last month or so that my blood sugars, and in the monitor, you can watch them every single minute of the day. And I would just get these huge crashes. They would just drop to 70. My monitor stops monitoring at 70. And with diabetes, you don't like feel it, but they would just crash. Well, I thought I was having a heart attack. I didn't know what was happening. I felt very disorientated. I told Tanya, hey, I'm going to step out into the hallway here. I'm not sure what's happening. I just don't feel good. Well, lo and behold, I went out, sat down in the hallway, passed out. Um,
Long story short,
Long story short, I won't go into
got to the
detail.
ER.
I got a one-way trip to the emergency room. I went hypoglycemic. Hypoglycemic is low blood sugars, and they had absolutely crashed. I'd passed out. I lost all bodily functions at the movie theater. The blessing in disguise was we had a very young, proactive ER doctor who I shared my journey with, that I'd started this GLP-1 enhancing product. By that time, I'd probably lost 15, 20 pounds. And I told him the medications I'm on, and I mentioned one in particular for diabetes. And he said, don't ever put that in your body again. It is poison. So that was check mark number one, first medication out of my life, going, okay, I truly think we're onto something here. Fast forward to where I'm at today. I'm now lost 40 pounds. I am under my playing weight, what I played college football at 1991. And I tell you what, if you told me today I was going to weigh less than what I played college football at, I tell you all crazy. Every single one of you, you're all like, there's no way in, because that's never my goal. That's not what I was set out to do. Went in and did, just during Global, I went in and did a 6-month follow-up blood work. And my doctor, I think his jaw is still on the floor. He could not stop staring at me when he saw me 6 months later. Like, he actually told his nurse when he started, I did my labs a week in advance. And when he was reviewing them for my appointment, he literally called his nurse back in and said, are we sure these are Kyle Sheldon's labs? Like, these are, we're sure on this. Like, we didn't screw up. We didn't slap the wrong labels on. And she's like, nope, these are his reports. And my cholesterol medication, never been better. I'm off. I'm now off four, and I say a half medications because I'm on half of the metformin of what I've taken 2,000 milligrams my whole life. I now take 500 in the morning just to, he just didn't want me to go cold turkey on everything. So four and a half medications out of my life, 40 pounds later, and I give it to LifeVantage without a doubt. Tanya talked, and I do believe without a doubt, I've been activated for 13 going on 14 years. There's not a day, not one day I have not taken that little gold pill. And there will not be a day I don't take that little gold pill. Starting on my journey a couple years ago, I actually take two of the little gold pills, and I've been on the Tri-Synergizer for quite a while. It's just part of my regimen. And where would I be without that? I just wonder how sick I really would have gotten had I not tried to ward it off, staying activated, and then introducing mind body into my regimen has now absolutely, I don't know where this is headed. The weight keeps falling off. I'm eating. I'm not starving. I eat like a king. I eat pretty much not whatever I want because there are some carbohydrates in our food source, and I won't get into how poisonous that can be at times. But I do watch what I'm eating. I do control the carbohydrates going into my body. I eat very healthy carbs if I do eat carbs. And had I not been activated, had I not stayed consistent and persistent with mind body, this is not, I didn't expect it to be an overnight thing. I didn't plan on losing weight overnight. That wasn't my goal. I'm running a marathon. Number one, this body was never meant to sprint. So I wasn't sprinting towards any finish line of, oh, I have to lose 10 pounds by the end of the 30 days. If I don't, this stuff is, I just, so like I've heard it all as far as the mind body stories, and I don't think people are giving it its due justice, its due time. Staying consistent and persistent with the mind body has absolutely changed my life. I've never been more energetic. I've never had more energy. Man, I look back and I probably wasn't the best husband at times because I just wasn't motivated to do much because I just felt like crap. Depressed. I just didn't want to do anything. Now, over the weekend, I, I don't mind running errands with my wife. And this is who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with. We're going to get our forever home and we're going to ride off into the sunset. And I want to be able to enjoy that. So if you don't hear anything other than stay consistent, persistent, don't put a number on this of what it can do for you internally for things that you don't usually measure. And to get rid of four and a half medications in now over 6, 7 months, uh, he did because of my blood pressure. My blood pressure's never been better. He couldn't even believe, and I've really struggled with my lower number. So it has just changed my life. So stay consistent, stay persistent. Love you guys.
Don't go anywhere just in case. I wanna.
I might have to leave.
No, I need to have your shirt group. Okay. So thank you guys for giving him that time. And I just hope that that story can inspire somebody else and again, give hope. We're going to round this out really quickly. And it's stories like this that we need people sharing. He literally has gotten his life back. He's able to be the best version of himself today because of the products that we have. So yes, we empower our bodies through, activating antioxidant proteins and enzymes. But while Kyle was looking for better health, I was looking for a way to make our life easier and to bring in income. And even if you feel this isn't for you right now, this might be for you at some point. Like, allow this ending part of this story to be a tool that you put in your back pocket, because what if? Our world today is filled with people influencing you to try products, right? Everywhere you look. And what's to say that you couldn't be one of those people helping to influence those that you love to take something that could change their life because you actually know that it does, and you're someone that they would actually trust, right? So with this company, I did 7 companies like this before I found LifeVantage. I'm one of those quacks that just loves this industry because I knew early on that if I'm going to make this work, I'm going to have to do it by growing myself and changing and helping a lot of people. And that is such a humble way to make a difference and to make an income that can help your family. So when we look at an opportunity, like, you want something that can help solve problems. And when you look at all those categories that we were in, that's what we do. We help solve problems that most people are dealing with today. And as a company, you also want to be with a sound, fundamental company that is at least 4 years old. Okay. We are way past that. We are a company that is debt free. We are publicly traded. We have science that people would beg to have. That ABC investigative report, I can't tell you how many people have said to us in the past, oh my gosh, I wish we had something like that to share with people. Like, it's so sound and fundamental with what we have. And when it comes to earning money, giving yourself that extra leveraged income, there are different ways that you can earn an income within our company today. We saw the trends, we saw the changing times a few years ago, and that's when we got ahead of the curve and we said, people don't have to come into our network marketing model at LifeVantage and only make money by building a team. You can make a legitimate, amazing income if you just want to share the products and bring in and help customers. And you can see here, this is called our personal sales bonus. And this is literally one piece of what you can make by bringing on customers. You can make an extra five, and I said extra 5 to 20% back when you help customers get going. And the minute you sign them up, you're getting a weekly check. You're getting paid the differential between what they pay as a customer and the bottom wholesale price that you get as a consultant. And yes, you can create and build a team as well. Sometimes that happens organically as you share with customers, people that want to make a difference like you do. They want to extend and maybe build upon their income, or maybe they're just looking for community. When I got into this, I was looking for community, I was looking to build myself, and I wanted to make more income. And I'm going to tell you that income has changed our life. When I got into LifeVantage, a week after I got in, Kyle got laid off. And then 6 months later, we had to move from Colorado to Idaho. And I was like, where's Idaho? And I was making just enough at that time to fill the gap in the decreased pay that he was going to get when we moved. And then along the way, there have been other layoffs that we've gone through. And do you want to know the one thing that has held us, our heads above water, literally because of this business? It is this business. It is the leveraged income. It is the fact that we have consumable products that people fall in love with, that make a difference in their life. And no matter what's happening in the world, they don't want to go without them. That is something that can give you stability. So what you're seeing here is when you want to take it to that next level, there are seven different ways to get paid within LifeVantage. And these are just matches that you can make. On the right is a leadership pool that we get to partake in every single month off of all new global sales that come into the business. And I just, again, want to real quickly say, like, in this middle, the third column, you're going to see it's the median monthly commissions that people make at LifeVantage based on rank. And the big gap, the big difference that has made a difference in our life has been like that extra $300. Then when it came to like that extra 5,000, that extra 300 to 5,000, those are the moments when we've walked in valleys and life has been really, really hard. Kyle, I just real quickly to sum this up, can you just tell them, like, as a husband watching your wife build this business, what us being in this business, I'm going to say here real quick, these are some of our team members. And on the left is Vicky. Vicky got into this business for community. Vicky doesn't love the science. She knows the products work and she takes a scientific word for it. She wanted community. She's still here today. She's been in over 9 years and she is growing like I've never seen before. And in the middle is Laura Nowicki. Laura is in Vail, Colorado. She got in because she loves the science. She's a mom of 7, a homeschooling mom. And then you have us on the right. We're an EC2 in the business. And what would you say to them, like how this has made an impact in our life based on what you've gone through with your jobs?
Wow, loaded question. Wasn't prepared for this one. So I think that basically is bottom line is this. For 33 years, I've climbed corporate America ladders, only to have it pulled out from under me each and every time. Corporate America was never there for us, was never consistent, was never there day in and day out. Life Vantage and what Tanya, we've built with Life Vantage, no matter what we went through. I've went through 3 corporate America layoffs. We've had some life events, life-changing events happen, and every time we looked back or looked up, or I had to pick myself up off the ground and wipe away the battle scars and stop the bleeding, was Life Vantage was always there. Corporate America was the one laughing in my face, making me get up off the ground and doing it again. So it's been the most rewarding, fulfilling, inspiring journey we could have ever imagined. And when Tanya, I knew the day I met her, she had jewelry all over her apartment when I met her. So I knew I was in for something when I first met her. I've always been in the background, supporting her, loving her. I mean, our kids grew up in this industry. We won't even get into how that has made a difference in our lives. To be around such influential, like-minded people and that's priceless. We can't put a price tag on that. So, uh, corporate America said, "See you later." Life Vantage has always been there, and my rock and Tanya building this has just been uh, just so enriching to be a part of.
Thanks, Sonia. Okay, so
Any more trick questions?
nope.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. So why Life Vantage? Why now? You guys, we have again products that don't supplement, they activate. Our compensation plan is going to fit in wherever you want to build this business. Our mind body system, while GLP is a hot topic, so is anti-aging, so is the hair care industry, so is the skincare industry, so is the pet care industry, so is energy. We're in all of it. Like we've got the bases covered and they're never going to go away. So we have everything with the science that backs it. So we want you to get in where you fit in, whether that is becoming a customer and trying the products for yourself or getting started and becoming a part of our community and sharing this with other people. For customers, we have stacks. Those provide the best savings for you. And like I said, we put stacks together where you're going to get that layered effect, the synergy of the products working together. You're going to get an extra discount because of it. And it's definitely the way to start. If you are a customer, pick a stack and you're off to the races. If you are looking at this as a business, it's a one-time investment in a pack. And then you put yourself on your own monthly subscription. Here's a couple packs that we have for you. We've got our multiplier enrollment pack. We've got 2 big packs, and then we've got 9 different other packs that you can choose from. You get in one time with the pack. There is no monthly overhead for you. You don't have to carry product. You get coupons when you get started to share with people that you love the most. You get an app, you get your website, and you get so much community support that's going to help you share this message. And then lastly, the other big thing that I know Kyle and I could talk about for days with this is the minute you become a Life Vantage consultant, you don't have to do anything to qualify for the fact that we have health insurance. And I cannot praise this health insurance enough. I'm going to come off screen here. I just want you to know this health insurance, Kyle and I have used it a lot already because of the way his body has been changing for the better. And you guys, this health insurance, when we get a bill, they literally, I give it to them and they call whoever they need to call on our behalf to take care of it. Like it's literally like a hands-free service. And that has been just mind-boggling for us to have insurance like this that's also acceptable and available to us without really having to do anything to bring it into our life. So if you were invited to this call tonight, the person that invited you, or if you're watching this playback, they're going to be following up with you. They're going to check to see where you're at, what more information that you'd like to have. If you want to know a little bit more of our story, we are open book and happy to share that as well. But please, no matter what, when they get back to you, let them know where you're at. If this is for you, if it's not for you right now, maybe you have a referral, or maybe you are ready to go and you are ready to get started. Either way, they're going to be able to help you take those next steps. So we thank you so much for giving us your time tonight, and we love you so much. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll talk to you later. Bye.